Hello, my name is Tariq Camille, and I'm here with
Arnhem.
Marquis. Okay, so our book is Fahrenheit 451, and like a little summary about Fahrenheit 451 is that it's about a guy named Montag. I don't know how to say his name. Montag. He's a fireman who in this society, this is the future society, and in this kind of society, these firemen, they have to, instead of putting out fires, they put fires and they burn books, because the government decided that books are no good for people, since people debate over books a lot. So, and throughout the book, he starts to realize and awakens and gains his consciousness about how, like these books, they give me knowledge. Oh shoot. And and further on to the book, he tries rebelling over it, and then later on, I'm not gonna spoil it. Why you should read it. It's a very good book. I read it myself personally. Great book. Now, so I'm first gonna do my questions and answers, and then after Artem's gonna do his questions and answers. So the first question is, how does Bradbury, aka the author of Fahrenheit 451, use the character of Montag to explore the themes of individual choice and rebellion? My answer was, it shows this by showing he's one of the only ones that has consciousness and is not addicted to the parlor walls. And it's he's the only one, or one of the only ones in the book that understands that books have knowledge and you can use them, and they shouldn't burn the books. It also offers us Montag's perspective about being a firefighter in this time who burns these books. My second question is, how does the novel explore the power of books and the importance of knowledge? So my answer was, the novel shows this because the people who actually read the books have the most knowledge and the most consciousness compared to someone who just watches the parlor walls all day. This also kind of shows the importance of books in real life by showing that someone who reads books in real life probably has more knowledge and just has more consciousness in real life than compared to someone who just watches TV all day, which is kind of like the parlor walls. Now, the third and last question is, how did the women in the story, like Mildred, Miss Phelps, and Miss Bowles, represent different aspects of society? I mean, I really said these characters show the perspectives and the aspect of people who are addicted to the parlor walls. They also show almost no emotion, just they all really don't show too much emotion. Like, for example, when that what's her name again? The girl that died in the car.
In the car accident?
Yeah. It's fine, but anyways, that girl that died in the car accident, read the book, you'll see, his wife found out, Miss Mildred, and she had no emotion whatsoever that this little girl died to a car accident, which shows just how emotionless these people really are that watch the parlor walls, and just shows how they have no consciousness whatsoever. They also lack curiosity, which is why they don't want to do anything else like read books, and they just want to watch the parlor walls all day. Okay, so this is the end of my questions and my stuff in general. Now pass it on to Arda.
It's time. Okay, on to my part. So the first question is how does Bradbury use the character of Montag to explore the themes of individual choice and rebellion? Now, Tariq already stated his answer, so I'm gonna share my opinion now. I think Bradbury uses Montag by showing his progression and consciousness as the story continues. So, first, his consciousness changes because he meets this girl. Her name is Clarice McClellan, and she kind of introduces him to new knowledge and books. But later in the story, she gets hit by a car. So, that's not really okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then he meets this professor. His name is Professor Faber. He kind of introduces him to books and like more, and he now believes that books are actually better than the parlor walls. He's also the first one to realize that something isn't right about the parlor walls. The second question is, how does the novel explore the power of books and the importance of knowledge? I said that it shows that reading what other people have to think is really helpful and can change your perception on life. Also, people who read books acknowledge their surroundings and have more awareness than people who watch the parlor walls. So, for example, his wife, Mildred, she is glued to the parlor walls. So she's very addicted to them, and that's very unhealthy because she doesn't listen to anything, and she doesn't have any knowledge. Unlike the book people who Montag found, who are actually very knowledgeable and smart. Okay, the last question is, how did the women in the story like Mildred, Mr. Phelps, and Mrs. Bowles represent different aspects of society? I said that Mildred's addiction of the parlor walls grow over time in the book. This shows really how addicted she is to the stimulation of the parlor wall. First, she's only using the parlor wall for entertainment, and then she ends up betraying her husband in the end of the book because she's so addicted to the parlor walls. Mrs. Phelps is careless about anything other than the parlor wall, and her main priorities are watching this wall. What I'm saying is that she places everything behind the parlor wall, so she prioritizes it before anything else in her life. And Mrs. Bowles is about the same as Mrs. Phelps, so she's also glued, and she can't stop watching it. So yeah, this is what we think, and this is our podcast about Fahrenheit 451. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.